BTS fans are currently supporting two songs from the band they love the most, as the group has a pair of singles going strong on the Hot 100. Both Butter and Permission to Dance are currently present inside the top 10 on the all-encompassing songs ranking, with the former returning to the summit after stepping aside to allow the latter title to open in first place last period. As the septet makes history by replacing themselves atop the Hot 100 2 weeks in a row, something that had never happened before this frame, one of their biggest hits yet reaches a special milestone worth noting on a very competitive radio list. BTS's Butter advances slightly to No. 9 on this week's Pop Airplay chart, which ranks the tracks that reach the largest audience on top 40 and mainstream pop stations across the US. The tune is one of only a handful of top 10 smashes from South Korean stars, but this time around what may be more important than where the cut sits is how long it's been rising on the tally. Butter has now spent a milestone 10 weeks on the Pop Airplay chart, which remains a rare showing among tunes produced by acts that hail from South Korea. In fact, BTS's latest radio success in America is now tied as the fifth longest charting track by a South Korean musical act of any kind, though it doesn't claim the honor entirely for itself. The catchy summer single is on the same level as BTS's previous hit, Mic Drop, which also found space on the roster for 10 frames before disappearing for good. The record for the most weeks spent on the Pop Airplay chart among songs by South Korean artists remains BTS's Dynamite, which narrowly broke the all-time best showing when it earned its 20th turn on the tally. In doing so, it bested Psy's Gangnam Style, which managed 19 weeks on He ranking during its time in the sun. BTS's own Make It Right, a song which found an audience at pop radio after Lauv jumped on board a remix, once charted on the Pop Airplay list for 15 weeks. Monsta X and French Montana's Who Do You Love sits just 1 week ahead of both Mic Drop and Butter, with 11 turns on the latter. Last week, Butter was tied with yet another BTS single, Boy With Love, which features Halsey, but now that it has reached double-digit frames on the Pop Airplay chart, it stands as one of the longest charting releases by a South Korean act of all time. Seeing as it's currently up at a new high of No. 9, chances are it will hold on for several more weeks, if not months. As summer continues unabated, the tune will almost surely tie Monsta X's Who Do You Love next week and then perhaps progress from there on this all-time ranking.